Hi Vivek, how to price clients for running Google ads or Facebook ads? Again, this question is asked many times, and it is a quite a big problem for those who are new to the industry or new to for digital marketing. So there's few ways. The two best ones is obviously you have a fixed fee per month, but be very specific about the scope of work. Don't get your clients to take you for granted. So once they're paying you, let's say $100 per month. I'm just saying, I'm giving a figure. And you started, the scope of work was just to set up search campaigns. Now they want video, then display, then remarketing, and so on. Your work has increased 4 times. So you need to get paid for that work. So as long as the client and yourself are clear as to what you are offering and what they are getting, it works quite wonderfully well. And when we started, we were charging the fixed fee as well. But then very soon I found out that as the campaign started to work, and then clients wanted more and more and more campaigns, more scalability, more budget being spent, I'm sitting here wondering, well, I'm getting paid the same amount, whereas their turnover, their sales, their profits have increased tenfold. So I should be compensated as well because I'm working and generating all these leads and sales for them. So the way we work right now is a percentage of ad spend, which I believe is on a performance based and is the most fairest way to. Is there a word called fairest? I don't know, but it's a fair way to charge because it's a win-win situation for you and the client. Client is not going to increase the budget if you are not going to perform or give them the ROI or the ROAS, right? If you hit the metrics, it's in your interest to scale. And you say to the client, look, you grow, I grow. We both grow together. And this is how I would put this to your client, that I'm going to charge you X percentage. It's up to you how much you charge. I can't tell you how much it should be. Everybody's lifestyle and expenses, business expenses are different. So you charge what you're worth. Don't undersell yourself. And it's very easy when you are struggling, when you are new. Clients will put tremendous amount of pressure and take advantage of you. You stand your ground. If they don't want to pay what you're worth, that client was never yours. Move on to the next one and keep trying. And you will find the good clients who want to pay what you are worth and what you are commanding. So I hope that that helps. Percentage of ad spend, they get really happy because they know you are working hard trying to improve and scale their campaigns. Okay, Shazad, can you please share that sheet link? I can review it deeply. I don't have it, my friend. It's just a simple spreadsheet with that formula. You can rewind and then just watch that, put that formula on there. And that's all it is. It's just columns, literally. Based upon website, how we decide which type of campaign we should create. Example, fashion e-commerce site. I'm not sure what your question is, Amol. Based upon the website, how do we decide which type of campaign okay. So if it's an e-commerce website, the first one you should start is shopping, then search, DSA, remarketing, video, performance max. There's loads of campaigns you can run. Again, depends on the budget. If the client doesn't have the budget even to run shopping, forget remarketing, video, display, and all the other campaigns. So it really is really up to you how you educate your client and how you scale your campaigns. So start with one if it's a small budget. Once they're happy with your performance, then you tell them, oh, let's do this and let's do that. They are likely to listen to you. And then you start to scale. And then the going back to that first question about how much you should charge, then you should charge accordingly for doing more work for more campaigns as well. Hi, David. Okay. Am I able to set up a separate ads for several location pages and geography targeted? 4 city per location pages. Direct the ads clicks to my different pages. Yeah, I don't see why not. You can, absolutely. We have many accounts where the clients have got multiple locations and the offer or the product or the service is the same, and all we do is copy paste that campaigns and just change the location to for each one of the campaigns, and each location will then have their own budgets. And this is also another thing: some locations will be bigger, some will be smaller. One will have a bigger budget, another one will have a smaller one. So then you can allocate the budgets accordingly as well by keeping each location with its own set of campaigns. Okay, Amol, if we are targeting different cities, should we keep them in one campaign or should we create a separate campaign for each city? Same goes to multiple states as well, what to do at states level. Now, if you're referring to United States, then what we tend to do is we have, if they're running nationwide, we put in all 51 states in one campaign to begin with. If we find Florida is performing really well and it needs its own budget, then we peel and stick it into its own campaign. So it's just for Florida. If New York or Illinois or whichever one is expensive, then we can bid down in that same campaign with all the other campaigns. So you can run in the same campaign or keep them separate if you have got separate budgets for each state or city. And sometimes you will find that New York is expensive, Hawaii is very cheap with regards to the cost per lead or cost per acquisition. Then you can have them in separate campaigns. It's much easier to target your CPA or your ROAS. It really depends on how you structure your campaigns to begin with. Hi, Ali. Where to practice Google Ads after learning? Oh, well, you need to practice in the real account, my friend. There's no other way of learning. It's kind of like asking me, "Oh, I've got my driving license. I've passed my test. How do I get experience or how do I improve my driving?" There's no other way other than to go on the road and drive, and that's how you would do and learn. The other thing you can do is find a job as a junior or a trainee or an apprentice in a company, shadow somebody, learn the skills, and then keep getting more experience. And that's how you would grow. And that's how most people go about doing it. Some very good questions today. So thank you everyone for sending these across. Really enjoying answering these for you. Okay. After testing standard shopping for all products and we get a good conversion, so what smart shopping strategies should I use? Should I test all products again or create a top sellers smart shopping? I would do that, set up a top sellers. So smart shopping also you can do top sellers or the most profitable ones or the least profitable ones, test them at different ROAS and so on, and then split them. Don't just throw everything in one. Make them separate, because with smart shopping there's very little you can do with regards to how you control other than which products go in which campaign. Can we have a video on how to create high converting landing page without any paid tools? Why wouldn't you pay for a tool if it makes your life easier? That's what I would like to know. You can create an HTML, code it yourself. It's going to cost you more time, more money. So to give you a very good example, we use Unbounce in our agency. And we've been using it for years and years and years. Really good tool. it saves a lot of time in the long run. If I want to make some changes to the headline, photos, or the call to action button, we can do that on the fly, not wait 2 weeks by the time the web designers or the developers are free to make those changes. And in the long run, it will cost you more than to pay $100 a month or something like that for a tool, which will help you generate more leads, improve your conversion rate, and give you better results. So don't go for the cheapest option always. Yes, free is fine. Yes, I'm all for saving money, but sometimes there's a saying here in England, it's being penny wise and pound foolish, right? Don't try to save those pennies, because in the long run you are going to lose hundreds, if not thousands. What is dynamic ads feed? The feed is coming through Google Shopping, through the Merchant Center. Is that what you are referring to? I'm not sure what your question is, Suresh. Can I use small videos in display campaign? Yes, absolutely. You can use, and I believe what you mean by small is shorter videos, 30-second, 60-second videos. I've even put up an ad of a 30-minute video, which are like this one. I can use this video once it saves on YouTube, and run it as an ad. If somebody wants to carry on watching it, that's fine. If not, they can skip it after 5 seconds or after 2 minutes or something like that. So you can use any length of videos for your display. And with the Performance Max and the responsive display ads, you can have up to 5 videos in the ad. I think it's less in Performance Max, but certainly up to 5 or 3. I can't remember the exact number. All these new formats, is difficult to keep track of which ones do what. But yes, you can put in your videos in the display campaigns. It works really, really well. What's the best way to set up ads for multiple city pages? Total beginner here, first time using ads. Okay, Castle. What's the best way to set up ads for multiple city pages? So you have one landing page, I presume, for each city. The way I would go about doing it is have its own campaign, because sometimes if I'm targeting, let's say, a emergency plumber London, those keywords will be in the London campaign. Then if it's emergency plumber Birmingham, will have its own set of keywords. So then they don't, they're not in the same campaign, and it becomes a bit of a mess. You can have multiple separate ad groups with each city on its own in the same campaign as well. Again, it all depends on how you can structure your campaigns and how much work you want to put in it. Because if you've got multiple campaigns, then you will struggle to be able to manage them with your search terms, negative keywords, and ads, and so on. But if you want to keep it simple, I would say keep it in one campaign and have different ad groups for each one of these cities with their own URLs and your own keywords in it. How to optimize display campaigns. So first of all, you need to see which audiences are you targeting. So that's one place where you can optimize. Then you look at the clicks and the CTR. Are you getting those clicks and the CTRs on a particular domain or URL where they are being shown? If not, you start ditching them. One of the top tips which I will tell you is to avoid the mobile apps. And I'm glad you asked this question, because the only way to exclude mobile apps is in the editor. let me show you how. Where is my okay, so this is my campaign. I want to exclude the mobile apps. So you go to keywords and targeting, and mobile apps negative, you go add all apps. This is the best step you're going to get to optimize your display campaigns. And I post it. There you go. All the mobiles and all the categories are now excluded from your campaign. Then you look at the ads. You have which if you got multiple ads in the ad group, see which one is working, which one isn't working. Then you test the audiences, custom segments, and so on. But mobile app, this is my top tip, and I believe we have got a few videos in here in the channel where I've gone into great detail as to how to optimize your display campaigns. And the other thing which you should also test all the time are your creatives, the photos, the images which you are using. If one set of images aren't getting the clicks, then change them, do something different. So there's lots of ways to do it, but in general, this is how you would go about doing it.